Yo, what's going on? This is LP, and that's...
Why I always gotta say CJ? You can say CJ too.
What, restart.
I ain't restarting nothing.
Restart.
No. I ain't restarting nothing. You can talk to.
I'm talking right now. What's up? What we doing?
Okay. Today is September 11th.
Yeah, 9/11, y'all. Hope there's nothing crazy going on out here.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, watch it, y'all. Watch your surroundings. Hey,
It's been so long ago. I don't think that's
it's, what, 22 years ago? Was it 2000, 2001?
I think 2001. But yeah, so Sunday, September 11th, 2022. And we are going to talk about some news today. The biggest news that I guess some people considered big news was the Queen of England passing away at the age of 96. Why are you laughing?
That's a joke.
Okay, I didn't know much about the Queen, so I had to look her up because I just never... It's not in our culture, I guess.
Where was that, in England?
In England, but you know, a lot of people watch that. I mean, I didn't know nothing about this lady. I went on social media, you know, just to see responses to it because she was trending, right? I found out that a lot of black, brown, and indigenous people, they kind of united in their feelings about the Queen all over social media in a negative manner. Some people were celebrating. Some people said they didn't care. And so I wanted to find out why. The biggest issue was colonization. They had an issue with that. With UK, people were mad about, you know, the Princess Diana thing and like a lot of family scandal. So that was one thing. And overall, they just tried to stop people from being independent, like they're different countries.
And what about Harry? What's his name?
One of the Prince Harry, Meghan Markle. How they left, they was being mistreated, or she was being mistreated. Just racism, white supremacy, and they said something about her son before he was born.
Right.
So that was the thing. Ireland, they were just trying to control down their lands. Australia, Canada, because they still have areas there. India, they stole a diamond. It was a big diamond.
I'm not giving them nothing. They already rich. They kings and queens.
With Nigeria, Kenya, they said slavery was like one of the biggest issues.
Yep.
And that they control more than $1 trillion worth of American or African resources: gold, diamonds, gas, and oil. Yeah, and oil. Africa is like 4 times the size of UK, and they went over there and ripped off a lot of their resources. This woman, this is what she said on Twitter.
Good, not a bit of good, not a bit. I put a stake through her heart and garlic around her neck to make sure she never come back.
What? She'll put a stake through. This is like right across the street from the funeral.
Put a stake through her heart and make sure she don't come back.
And put garlic around her neck to make sure she don't come
What
back. Like she a vampire.
You call her a vampire, a demon.
And she lived there, so I was like, wow.
Yeah, they don't care about that woman. She did nothing for them. She changed some rules up too. She changed the law about a lot of things over there. Illegally.
Oh, well, I see that there was like a lot of mixed reviews. Younger generations probably have more of the issue than older, but yeah. So I had to learn more about her. I didn't know. Moving on. The Northeast Ohio scanner, they had in Richmond Heights, they had a motor vehicle accident, a 2-car MVA. The caller reported that when the other driver exited the vehicle, a bunch of beer cans fell out as she opened the door. And they said that, you know, they suspected the other driver might be intoxicated.
Wow.
What would you do if you were driving and somebody hit your car and a whole bunch of beer cans and shit fell out?
I'm phone out. World star.
Yeah, I am too. I was exactly what I was thinking. I'm about to pull out my phone.
Yeah.
I'm about to start recording because I'm about to get paid. And I'm gonna be laying on the ground after that. I'm like, oh, my neck. Oh God, my neck.
Beer cans falling out. That sounds like a movie skit or something.
But that's Richmond Heights. I don't know where she came from, but why do you need to drive with beer can? Like, that's ridiculous.
Maybe she going through something.
Maybe, but yeah. All right. So in Cleveland, this is around 89th Madison. Sounds like a boyfriend and girlfriend got in a fight. Female was stabbed. Cleveland police arrived. They took the female in custody after she fled. The female had a stabbing to her arm and her finger, and the male had a stabbing to his ankle. Boyfriend and girlfriend.
It looked like both of them going to jail. Gotta still waiting for both of them.
These are weird places to get stabbed. She got stabbed in the arm and finger. What was
Her arm, she trying to stop him from stabbing her, and she got stabbed.
She got his ankle when he fell.
I guess. I don't know what happened there. Or maybe he was running and she nipped him or something. I don't know what's going on there.
All right, in Willowick, the fire department responded to a male who secured his seatbelt too tight, and now he's stuck in his vehicle.
Why are you? Hey,
maybe he had a whole bunch of. He either was elderly or he had a lot of skin rolls. He couldn't find his seatbelt.
Are you? Oh man, he taped to the seat.
He had to call the fire department to get out his fucking car.
Maybe he big too. He might be big.
That's what I said. Skin rolls.
And a little bitty car. No, they be jam packed. The biggest people be in the littlest cars. Y'all know that? Yeah, that's probably what happened there.
I thought this shit was so funny. I was like, what? I mean, so I'm thinking now, how many times did he try before he had to call the fire department?
He probably done pissed and everything on himself trying to get it. The seat all was soiled. The car stinks. I don't get it now.
He probably gave up like, fuck it, I got a car now.
Yeah. I done soiled myself.
Oh, God. All right. So we go into our finance and trading. But what I want to do is talk about the Federal Reserve Bank. I want to let y'all know who this is. This is the central bank in the United States. They were created by Congress in 1913, and they were supposed to help make our economy and financial system safer and more stable. Is that happening right now?
No. Doesn't look like it.
At all. But why do we keep having crashes like this? You know what I'm saying? This is all because of the things that they're doing as far as dealing with rich people. You know, so they control the money supply. And we talked about that during our last podcast of how they do that. So y'all, if y'all want to know more about it, hit up the last podcast. The season 1, episode 1. So they create conditions, interest rates, they control that. They supposed to promote employment and facilitate economic growth. They regulate the banking industry, make sure that consumers have access to the info needed to partake in the financial system. Guess what?
What's that?
Do you think the Feds is part of the United States government?
Yeah.
They're not.
Oh.
They're not. But this is why they're able to do what they got to do, right? So they're not funded by our tax dollars. They don't have to get any approval from the president or Congress. But the 7-member committee that they call the Board of Governors is chosen by the president and confirmed by Senate. And they are in place for 14 years. But they're not a part of the government. So the Feds, they are subjected to congressional oversight and laws that Congress passed. The president can remove a board member though. Back when they were created in 1913, they were created in secrecy. A whole bunch of rich people. So let me see, who was it? The Rockefellers. Heard about them? Rockefellers, J.P. Morgan, and Rothschild. So rich people that got together and figure out how they was gonna run our financial system. They were supposed to prevent like the depression from happening again, but how many times have we crashed since then?
About 4? What?
Yeah. So they had the 2000 dot-com bubble, then they had the 2008 housing crash, and now we about to go into a depression again because of things that they're doing, their policies and how they're doing stuff. So they're involved in a lot of banking scandals. You know what the banks did in 2008. They are letting rich people bypass a lot of these laws and stuff. You know, it's just a whole bunch of lawyers and stuff. There's finance people doing it.
The rich people know everything. Rich people know things before us. Before it gets down.
But the Federal Reserve Bank, they're owned by large private banks. Our money is not backed by silver and gold. Remember when Nixon took it off of the gold standard in 1971? That's where shit went left. So our money is You know what our money is made out of?
What's that?
Hopes, dreams. That's what our money is. That's what's backing our money. But it's not part of the government. A lot of people think that because it says Federal Reserve Bank. First off, they're not federal because they're not part of the government. They're not reserving nothing. Because remember in the last podcast, I said that they only have to hold, 3 to 10% of our money in the bank? Mm-hmm. So that's not reserving nothing. That ain't even half. It's not backed by anything. And the system, their system all right for rich people. So, yeah, that's with that. Moving on to health and wellness. We're talking about monk fruit. And you know about that because you put monk fruit in my coffee.
No, I put that Splenda in there this morning.
Man, I thought you was using a monk fruit.
2 packs of Splenda.
What the?
Yeah, that was Splenda.
So what if you? I thought there was no more packets in there.
There's a lot of in there.
So you just skipped the monk. I've been.
Well, after it ran out, you just start using monk fruit. That's all.
That's what I was doing.
But there's more in there.
You have put monk fruit in my coffee. Yeah, I'm trying to lose weight.
I only put monk fruit in that coffee maybe twice since you got it.
Well, you need to start using it more because that's what I thought.
You like the way I make the coffee, don't you?
I do.
All right.
All right, so monk fruit is a fruit that comes from southern China. It's new to the United States. So it's recommended by a lot of endocrinologists because it's good for diabetics and it helps prevent blood glucose spikes. After we eat, our blood sugar spike and then it goes back down over time. Well, with diabetics, their spike can kind of stay up for a long period of time because they don't have the insulin to let the blood sugar back into the cells. We talked about this before.
And y'all need to get on that monk fruit.
And so this is natural sugar alternative, not the same. What's them other ones? Sweet and low and equal, that fake sugar and the stuff that they put in Coca-Cola and stuff like that. It's not artificial sweetener. This is a natural sweetener. And what they do is crush the sweetest part of the monk fruit. They extract the juice. Then they extract the mongerside from the juice. Monk fruit is 200 times sweeter than sugar, has no calories, has antioxidants, which fight free radicals that lead to, the free radicals can cause cancer and heart disease. So it's nice that it kind of help with that. It's safe by the FDA and it has no side effects.
Well, I need to make some monk fruit water.
You could, but we got Circle. No calories in that either.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna start making some monk fruit water, y'all.
You better start putting monk fruit in my coffee. Don't be trying to keep me down.
Put some ice.
But yeah, so it's a good alternative to sugar. Now, I will say that it costs more.
Yeah, it's natural, supposedly.
Yeah, but it comes from China too. It's not naturally made here. So, of course, for it to be exported here, it kind of costs more, especially in this inflational economy that we're in right now. So, but don't think that monk fruit is a replacement for eating fruits and vegetables and whole grains. There's no nutrients in it. It's just no calories. So make sure you continue to eat proper diet and check the label because they do have pure monk fruit. They have one that contains a filler called erythritol. It's a sugar alcohol that can cause bloating. This same sugar alcohol is in those. You ever seen those sugar-free lifesavers?
No.
You ever had one?
Mm-mm.
I worked in an emergency room.
I stayed away from.
And I bought some sugar-free lifesavers, and it had that stuff, some type of sugar alcohol in it. Man, I ate like 5. I had to go to the bathroom. That shit ran me to the bathroom. And then guess what? My coworkers was asking for something. They ain't know.
I gave him some too.
All the people I gave this shit to, they was all running to the bathroom in the emergency room. They was like, CJ, what did you put in? So I turned it over and looked at it, and it was like one of them alcohol sugars in it. So it upsets your stomachs and some people. And my stomach is already sensitive.
Stay away from that.
Can you imagine that? You try to take care of your patient in the emergency room and you done ate some damn lifesavers. Now you got to go use the bathroom.
Stomach start cramping.
Patient about to die. You got bubble guts. Trying to put in IV.
Oh, man.
Oh, gosh.
That sucked.
All right, work situation. We're going to talk about quiet quitting because this seems to be a big topic nowadays with this type of economy that we're going into right now.
What they say, quiet quitting is what? When you perform a certain standard, then you like go down. Like, I don't want to do that anymore, but to just do the minimum. Is that what they saying?
So they say work to rule, which is an industrial action in which employees do no more than the minimum required. So they go by the rules of their contract. They follow all of the safety regulations and everything. But when that happens, when you don't go above and beyond, then it's slower than what they will want. You know, they try to push you to keep doing more and more.
It depends on what kind of job you got. If you have a job depending on quota and the more work you put out, you get bonuses.
But that would be in your job description. I'm talking about just doing your job description.
But just a regular 8-hour job, going above and beyond, to me, is not worth it unless you're trying to be a manager or a supervisor, unless you're trying to move up on the ladder. If you're just going to stay in that same position and go above and beyond all the time, it's not worth it, because you'll get the same money as somebody else to your right just doing the bare minimum.
Yep. And they gonna ask you to pick up their work too. They try to get you to do other people's work. They want you to work during your breaks.
Right.
They want you to work unpaid extended hours and weekends. Like checking email. I don't check email at home. I go to work and do that. And if I don't have the time to do it at work, I can't check it.
And then they want everything done in 8 hours. You trying to ask for overtime. Oh, we don't do overtime. Well, you're gonna get what you can get in these 8 hours.
Yep.
They want more with less.
But see, with my job, I actually like doing more. Like, I'm inspired to do more because I'm helping people. So that's what I do. But and it's a little competitive too, where I work at. As being, I'm an ICU nurse. So working there, it inspires me because I'm helping people. I want to help people get out of there. I want to help them do better.
Right.
But it was a finance guy, a YouTube channel that I watched. And he said that he was going above and beyond. And when it was time for the raises, he went into the office and they offered him a 2% raise.
Right.
They first off, they tell you, you've done a great job. You're one of the greatest ones that we have here. Here's your 2% raise.
That's why I had a situation like that in my job. He gave me a 2% raise, and then I questioned him, what's this? Everybody else getting 3%, 3.5%. He gave me a 2% raise, and then he said, you know what he says to me? Oh, that's all I can do. And then he turns around a couple weeks after that and asked me to be a lead. Like, wait a minute, you want me to be a lead, but you couldn't give me a 3% standard raise.
But they want you to be in charge of other people.
But you want me to be in charge of people? Come.
I'm telling you, they want you to do more for less.
Come on, man. Come on, cuz.
They want you to do more for less. They got on here what they call, so that first one was work to rule. So it's really not called quiet quitting. They call it work to rule, meaning you work to the rules and the standards that they provide for you. Constructive dismissal is the legal concept regarding termination of employment. So this is when an employee resigns as a result of the employer creating a hostile environment. So this is the opposite of the quiet quitting. This is when they don't want you there no more, but they can't fire you, kind of like just push you out. They give you little raises. They
mess with you a lot too.
They
nitpick with you, and everything is a problem with
They hire people around you.
Right.
They put on more demands, like unreasonable work, to try to get them to resign. So that's what they call constructive dismissal. So they can do that too.
Yeah.
Like that man who I told you, the finance guy that I told you, he ended up doing the quiet quitting or working to rule, and his supervisors noticed. He said, that they called him in the office, was like, you need to pick up the slack. You need to do more. And he never did. He was taking longer lunch breaks and stuff, or maybe the lunch breaks that he was supposed to. And so he got in trouble. The second time he went in the office, and they was like, yeah, you taking longer. You're not at your desk. And they said something to him, and he went straight to his office, gathered his stuff, and he left.
Wow. I'm not gonna do that.
He didn't even provide a notice. He quit on the spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my scheduled lunchtime and come back on time. But as far as you telling me to do more, no, I'm not. Come on, you'll give me some more money. What? You'll show me some appreciation. Give me a gift card or something for busting my butt. You know what I'm saying?
But these employers now, they really finding out because it's hard for them to find employees.
Have an employee of the month or something.
They stop doing that.
Win $100 gift card or gas card.
You get pizza in the pen.
Food is not enough, you guys. All you people out here that have companies, food is not enough. You have to do something for these people. You have to give them something for appreciation other than food. Give me a $100 gift card, $100 gas card.
Something. I think they should form relationships with different companies and then offer, some type of gift card or something to these other companies. Maybe that people can use it.
I remember one time, a couple years ago, when I used to be an ORA in the operating room a couple years ago, and one of the people said, "Give him treats." Give me treats like I'm a dog or something. I don't want no treats.
You're a grown man.
I want some money. Give me a raise or some money to show appreciation.
You said like a dog.
Give me treats. Like you gonna throw me some peanuts. I don't want none of that.
You said penis or peanut? Peanut.
I said peanuts.
I'm about to what penises?
I said peanuts. What is she talking about, y'all? She tripping.
That's why. Well, maybe that's my head.
Yeah, you thinking about other stuff. But anyway, peanuts and donuts and sugar. What they try to do, they have a little luncheon for you or whatever, give you little sweets.
But guess where they get it from?
They build your sugar up and how you all hyper. And then when you go back to work, you
doing more.
Right.
Guess where they get the food from? It be leftover stuff from a meeting that they had upstairs,
or some old Halloween candy from the year before. Be all stale. Be chewing like, what is this?
And I went to work. This was last week before I started my vacation. I left and they had a big pan, where you serve barbecue, a big pan of popcorn. When I came back to work the next day, that pan was still sitting there uncovered, by the way.
Who wants that? Who wants uncovered?
I was like, why would they sit this out here like that? And they think people gonna eat that?
I remember one time when I worked there, they had a big clear garbage bag of popcorn.
In a garbage? Ain't nobody eating on no garbage bag. I'm not eating
and they was eating it. It was a big clear garbage bag.
No.
Of popcorn in it. And they was eating it.
I'm not eating on no garbage can.
It wasn't a garbage can, but it was a garbage bag. It was a clear big bag.
I ain't eating on no garbage bag. Cause that to me, that's like people throwing their hands in the food. You don't know where their hands being. People coughing over. No. See, if they bring food at my job, if I'm not there within the first 10 minutes to get it, I'm not touching it.
Right. I want to see what hands going. I'm gonna be one of the first hands.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Other than that, because they're like, oh, we got food in the back.
People don't wash their hands, y'all. People don't not wash their hands. I didn't see
nasty.
So many people go to the urinal
or they play. They dig in their crotch.
Yeah, then they just walk right past you out the door. Got
in the bathroom.
Got shit on their wrists and just walk out. and then they want to shake your hand and give you a pound. I don't want nothing to do with your hands.
Hey, buddy.
And then they go do surgery on people too. These are doctors, y'all. I'm talking about.
Yes. Don't say that.
Right. Next time you need surgery, go to the doctor. You need something done. Hey, did you wash your hands? And you tell the doctor that he washed his hands. They don't be washing their hands, y'all.
Yeah, don't be saying that. People ain't gonna want to get no surgery.
I shouldn't have said that, but
that's at your job.
That's all doctors.
No, it's not.
I just say 50%.
I wouldn't say that either. Don't be lying on the doctors. Like, look, that's where he work at. That's his little crazy hospital.
Hey, next time you need surgery, ask the doctor that he washes his hands.
Don't do that.
Did you wash your hands?
All right, we moving on because we ain't about to be talking about
hand sanitizer ain't enough either. You need soap and water.
Oh my gosh!
All right, I'm done.
I'm going on the soapbox. You done?
I'm done.
All right, we're gonna move on to tech.
Some, not all.
We're gonna talk about tech. Like I asked L to do the tech stuff, and he didn't want to do it. So I pulled it up, and then he complained about what I talked about. So
yeah, I'm gonna let her talk about that, y'all.
Yeah. So PlayStation, Disney and Marvel did a showcase at the D23 Expo on September 9th, and they talked about a lot of new games. They talked about movies like the Fantastic Four. They didn't showcase the characters. People were wanting to know who the characters were for Fantastic Four, but they didn't do that. So anyway, I was interested in the Black Panther game. It's an open world single player game made by EA. What does EA stand for?
Electronic Arts.
Oh, okay, yeah. So look, that's how much I know. And so it's the first game from Skydance New Media. They don't have a release date yet, but they do have a cinematic trailer. I will have a link below.
You forgot about Disney and Disney too.
I said Disney and Marvel game showcase.
Yeah, Disney.
I said that. So anyway, the Black Panther game the setting is World War II. He is in Paris. Has something to do with Hydra, Captain America. They show like a Captain America shield that was scratched with claws. So I'm assuming that Black Panther and Captain America are gonna be going at it. So what happens is it starts off with the Black Panther being dead. It would be T'Challa's grandfather. And so maybe they're giving you the role of being the Black Panther now. And so you have to go fight Captain America, I guess.
Or it might be 3 different stories.
But you told me, what's the world game again?
Open world is when it's like unlimited. You can like go everywhere. It's like it's open. It's not like just missions. It's like you can go all over in the game. You can be all over.
All over the world.
All over the world.
And that's nice because you said they can add on to it, right?
That's what they're going to do. Keep adding
because it's going to be an online game, I'm sure.
Endless possibilities.
Right. All right. So SpaceX, which is the company ran by Elon Musk, has signed a deal with T-Mobile to provide customers with text services using Starlink satellites. These are satellites from his company that they use. And he actually created the Starlink to help people in like poor countries because they didn't have internet access and phone services. So they're going to provide T-Mobile customers with texting services using the satellite Starlink anywhere in the US starting next year. And it's supposed to provide access in remote locations. They're going to do a slow rollout. So they'll add voice calls and data later. It's just going to be a slow rollout. So expect that. Man, you know what? You better say something about my topic.
Yeah. I need you to learn more about that.
Well, that's a start. I gave you a start. Check this out. The next generation of hearing aids could read lips through mask.
What?
You interested in, or you want to know more about
you
it?
Read lips through mask?
You want to know more about it because this topic I picked.
Well, you can look through walls, then you can read lips. Okay, go ahead. See what they talking about.
Right. Nobody want to hear that. Yeah, okay. Now you want to know. So male and female volunteers, what they did was repeat the words A-E-I-O-U just to get like facial recognition. So they did it unmasked, and then they did it with a surgical mask. They scanned their faces using radar sensors and a Wi-Fi transmitter. Ultimately, after they did everything, it interpreted correctly up to 91% without mask and 83% with mask. 83% with mask. So that's at least helpful. If somebody can't hear, at least they can get something. So they probably still working on it, but
yeah,
that's kind of cool.
That's if everybody talking normal. But if people start speaking Ebonics and slang, they not going to catch it.
Well, I mean, it's a good start.
Yeah, it's cool if you have a normal conversation with somebody without them having slang.
I mean, if I was deaf, I would appreciate any type of communication, you know.
Right.
They can test on me. I would appreciate it.
They should learn sign language too, right?
They will, but sometimes, what if you want to hear? You know, it's a sense that people enjoy having. Don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
If you're not here, you'll be appreciative of any help with that. You know what I mean? Especially older people.
Right. Yeah.
That's why when you talking to them, what? Matter of fact, it's young people I work with that can't even hear. I'm like, you need hearing aids. What? And my voice is strong. I project.
Gotta spell it out. No.
Right. Like what? Moving on to our education word of the day. The word of the day is assiduous. Assiduous, like ass.
Assiduous.
Assiduous. Yep, assiduous. 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 And so
assiduous.
Assiduous.
Does it say showing great care? Is that what that say over there?
How you can read that over here?
I got 50-50 vision.
Whatever. So yeah, showing great care, attention, and effort, marked by careful, unremitting attention or persistent applications. So they have the synonyms, which means active, bustling, busy, diligent, engaged, and occupied. How would you use that in the sentence? Being assiduous.
Showing great care. Let me see here. I have great assiduous towards my wife.
You take great care of me.
And well-being.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. But yeah, you can be an assiduous student, you know, someone who's really focused on their studies, or you can be an assiduous reader, somebody who's like in a book club or something like that. So,
Right.
or you want to have an assiduous doctor, someone who's taking great care and attention and effort. It's not just paying attention; it's the effort to make it better.
Just brought up another subject right there.
What's that?
As doctors now, a lot of them
Lord Jesus.
do not have great assiduance towards people. you tell them assiduance. You tell them something, how you feel. They looking all in the computer, looking all in the laptop, not paying you no attention. They just don't even look at you when you tell them stuff. So yeah,
That's some doctors. Some
there's
doctors
a lot
are
of
like that.
a lot of doctors now, especially the young ones.
I wonder what the opposite is. It non-assiduous or unassiduous?
You have to look up the.
I ain't looking it up now, but I wonder what it is though. I think it's unassiduous, maybe non.
Was it a noun and verb? We go find out what.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, well, we'll find out later. I'll post it. I'll put it on the site later. See what it is. So next one's marriage, relationships, and family. We're gonna talk about being introverts because that's what me and Elle are. We are introverts.
Me, I can talk to some people.
You sound like you tired of even saying
For a
it.
little while. I talk to people for a little while. I'll be engaging and party, and then all of a sudden I just disappear. I just go off to my own little world and I leave.
So we both introverts, but for the sake of us, for this discussion, in case you're not an introvert or you're dating or married to someone opposite of you, introvert extrovert relationship, and we can tell you about how we deal with extroverts, and you can take that into consideration, our commentary in consideration. So they consider introverts people that have their inner life in their mind. Like they enjoy solitary experiences and they don't fear. A lot of people think that is us fearing being around people. Like we're not shy because we don't, want to be around people.
No.
It's because you just, how would you describe it? Like, I don't know. I just can't. It depends on who it is. Like if I know the person and I enjoy conversation with them, then I'll talk to them. But some people talk about shit. Like really.
I got a selected few people I hang around and I talk to. I just can't hang with everybody.
No,
No,
me neither.
No.
That's why we get along so well, because we know how to respect each other's space and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
I leave her alone. Let her do her little computer.
like, especially when I was in school, when I was working on my master's degree, I'd be doing my homework. He'll come give me a kiss and he'll go in the back room. We was in an apartment. He'll go in the back room and let me do my studies and stuff. So
Right. I don't bother people.
So they say we gain energy from reflection and lose it in social gatherings. So what I want to do is talk about our take on certain situations. So what would you say about people saying that introverts are shy?
Oh no, I'm not shy. I could talk to any and everybody. From a doctor to a thug. I could communicate with everybody.
I think they say because with shy people they're scared to talk to people. So it's not like it's the social interaction that we may not want, but it's not the same as the reason why as shy people.
I'm not shy at all. No, I talk to everybody. I can talk to everybody who I want to talk to. But no shy.
What about small talk?
I do small talk too.
Sometimes I can't tolerate small talk.
Small talk. Hey, what's going on? How was the game? Oh, that game, that was crazy, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but that's what people you care about talking to. What if somebody who you really don't like at work come up to you and be like, so how's your wife doing?
Well, I don't really not like nobody. That's a strong word. I talk to them. If they speak to me, I speak to them. I just put it like that. But if they don't speak to me, I don't speak to them.
Well, I'm not like that.
That's how I do it.
If I don't like somebody like at work, like I think it took a long time. I worked there for 13 years, so it took me a long time to open up to people like that.
That's a man and a woman. That's the difference between us. I don't really not like or dislike people.
No, it's because I find out, we're observant, right?
Right.
So we have to see how people are. And if I see someone who gossip and like laughing and joking all the time, even during serious situations, and they want to, and I know they gossip a lot and they talk about people.
Bro, I just distance myself from
you
that
can't.
person.
That's what I'm saying. But somebody like that coming up to you like, "Hey, how's your husband doing?"
And then I just keep it short. Oh, we good, and I keep walking.
That's what I'm saying. Small talk like that.
Right.
So I mean, it's just stupid. I had the one girl, I told her I didn't want to talk to her because she came up to me and asked me something about when I was getting married or something like that. And I'm like, I wouldn't tell you. Like, why would I tell you? And so she was salty because this happened literally at the nursing station in front of doctors and stuff. I'm like, I wouldn't tell you anyway. So, and she's just like, why won't you talk to me? Because I don't want to talk to you.
We ain't cool like that, fool.
So I go to lunch and she comes in the lunchroom to ask me why. She sits down and want to ask me, girl, I'm at lunch. You better leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you because I don't want to talk to you. Leave me alone before you get cussed out.
Right.
But some people do that. I mean, I've had people, you know how they do like this? they hit you with their elbow, laughing and stuff. Nah, don't do that. Don't try to get no reaction out of me. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be who I am, and that's just how it's gonna be.
Right.
How about those people who get mad that you don't say hi to them specifically?
Speak to me first, then I'll speak back.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not getting.
I had one time I came into work. I'm trying to get to my little assignment and do my job. I'm like, hey everybody. Hey CJ. Hey CJ. CJ, you didn't say hi to me. I said hi everybody.
Right.
People like that, you know, like, come on.
Yeah.
What about people saying hi like 30 times a day?
I'd be like, hey man, I already spoke to you, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Go on with that mess.
I will come in. They'll say hi then. I'll go into the break room. They'll say, every time they pass me, they say hi. I'm like, stop doing that shit. Like, I don't like that. Like, people at work know that about me. They're like, I won't say hi anymore. Like, it's like, why do people do that?
I don't know.
Like, what? I mean, you know, we might, if I see you again, we might do like a little head nod or smile or something like that. I'm not about to say hi every time I see you. Walk into the bathroom, hey. Walk out the bathroom, hey. Walk into go eat lunch, hey. You leave lunch and come back to work, hey. Like, who's doing that?
Not me.
That's what they do at work. I swear they do that. I don't like when people ask me if I need help all day. Because I feel like, and I tell them, I've been here long enough. If I need help, I will ask you for help. And I know part of nursing, people ask you for help. But if I'm sitting down, chilling, and I ain't even doing nothing, why would you ask me if I need help? I see if I was busy running, like when I'm busy running around the bed space, that's when you're supposed to ask me if I need help. But if I'm sitting there going through my phone, I apparently don't need help. But people don't see that. Why would you ask me? Like, do you need help?
That's crazy.
What about people who don't answer direct questions? You ask them something and then they like beat around the bush.
Hey, I didn't ask you that. I asked you one thing. Did you drink the milk? That's all I asked. I want to hear, it wasn't no, he had that much milk left and I wanted some cereal, so I had to.
Just yes or no.
The milk, man?
Yes or no. Like, just, and what about when you ask a question and then they be like, well, I'm done right there.
Well, it's
no, because is about to lead into a story. And this is another reason why I don't start conversations with people, because just like one coworker, she'll start talking to me and she'll pull out her phone and want to show me her kids and flip through all it. Like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, that's why you don't talk to me? Because I'm working. Leave me alone. Right. What about liars? Because a lot of people try to impress other people, so they kind of lie and make stretch the truth.
Just gotta hang around them for a little while, then get away. When they start lying, that's when it's time to move out the way. Like, okay, I'll see y'all later.
But is that one of the reasons why? I mean, I don't know. If I'm in a crowd and I start noticing different characteristics about people, like especially fake, I hate fake. So if I'm with you and we supposed to be cool and you act this way in one environment and then we go to another environment and you act different, I can't be around that.
Right. Leave them alone. Cut them off. And
so that's why I was saying we respect each other, because like if you go to a party, we'll say, hey, you want to come to a party with me? Yes or no, and that's it. I don't bug him. If he say he don't want to go to a party with me, I don't bug him about that. I just go about my business. I can do stuff by myself.
Right.
And same thing with you. If you want to go to a party, you know, and I don't want to go, you don't get mad at me because I don't want to go. I think it's because you understand how it feels. Like you don't always want to go out sometimes.
Yeah.
And just like, you know, you like going out on the porch getting fresh air. You know, like instead of staying in the house, I can stay in the house all day because I'm always reading and
I can't do that, y'all.
Studying and stuff like that. So it's times where I don't even leave the house and I'm enjoying being in the house, doing whatever I'm doing.
All right. Cool.
So yeah, that's that. All right, what's our next topic? Our next topic. I was scrolling through Reddit and I thought this was interesting. Where is that? I thought it was interesting for us to talk about this. All right, so this person is seeking advice because they are in an undefined relationship. That's the top title that they have here. And it says, I have been in an undefined relationship for 4 months. At first, it felt like we were progressing towards something. Now I'm not sure. Long story short, we work together and there's some hush about the whole thing. I was totally okay with this, but it has now transitioned into going out to bars, acting like we aren't a thing. He doesn't want me to go to his house or know where he lives. Of course, these are red flags. He has a brother he is raising, so that made sense. She didn't spell sense right either. Okay, whatever.
None of that makes sense.
For about 2 months, he has had the pleasure of staying with me whenever he pleases, which adds to the frustration on my part. Today, I found out he has been lying about some details regarding talking to other women. As we are undefined, I have no problem with this, but it's the lying that kills me. Needless to say, we went bar hopping with a group last night, pretending we weren't going to go home together. I get not showing PDA, which is public display of affection, but to get ignored is frustrating. So me being a petty person, I decided to enjoy myself and end up kissing someone I'm not super into, but he saw and got irritated. This morning he woke up and said, I only came over last night because I didn't want you going home with anyone else. She asked, how do I define a relationship or go about having this conversation? Of course I care for him, but this behavior is frustrating. Like, if we are in an undefined relationship, should he be able to handle me doing what I want if he's doing the same, right? I don't know. Never been in a situation like this.
You haven't been together long enough for all that drama.
It's like 4 months, but
whatever.
I think it's just unrealistic expectations for you to want to change up. Like, y'all not in a relationship. It was no definition. She even said it. There's no definition.
No commitment.
Yeah. So it's like she said we were progressing towards something, but now she's not sure. He never agreed to do any of that.
First of all, you never seen
his family
or been to his
that
house.
man could be married for all we know.
Married, kids, everything.
Because she said that they hiding at work. They not talking at work. When they go out, if they're in the same, they go out, they pretend like he ignores her. Basically.
Yeah, she's a side chick. That's all that is. She's a side chick, and he's supposed to be a side dude. But when you do stuff like that, you both for the partners or people have to be in a relationship. You can't. One person can't be in a relationship and the other one not because the one is going to have.
But she never asked for. She never asked for one either.
Well, she acting like it.
That's what I'm saying. It's unrealistic expectations. How you going? She wants to change the dynamics of the relationship now.
Well, she needs to talk to him about that. If she don't,
I don't think it's a discussion. In my opinion, he gonna do what he want to do. He's already lying to her about other women.
Well, he ain't got to tell her nothing anyway. He's not in a relationship. So.
Right. You don't even have to tell her, but he's lying. I guess she's tired of the lying part.
Well, you need to get in a real relationship then, Miss Lady. Get out of that.
I mean, she
mess.
Staying in the same house, and I mean,
he's staying with her, but
I don't think. Well, just certain nights he ain't there all the time.
Keep letting him in. Stop letting him in. Tell him you got company.
But he don't want her with nobody else.
Well, y'all need to talk about that. Y'all need to see what y'all gonna do.
That's crazy because I never be in that situation.
Nah.
If I'm in an undefined relationship, I'm not expecting anything, and I'm not gonna spend a lot of time with you either. You're not gonna be spending the night. You ain't gonna be doing all that. If it's undefined, we gonna keep it where it's at.
Right.
I'm not expecting you to take me out or do none of that.
Don't ask me nothing.
Right. You can't get mad at me because and I will probably be dating other people.
Yeah.
It's just you somebody who I enjoy being around, and we're gonna leave it at that.
I'll call you when I get horny.
But that's kind of what it is. I'm not gonna be sitting up here like, who you dating, who you spending time with. They gonna do what they want to do in their own time, and when they ready to spend time with you, they'll call.
Well, that's why women don't need to be in those situations anyway, because
They try to be like men.
if women keep messing with the same guy over and over, relationship,
She gonna get emotional
They gonna
attachment.
get feelings, and women can't do that. Well, a lot of women can't do it. I don't know why.
I would respect it because it's happened to me before, and it was just like, I mean, they said that they wasn't talking to other women, so I mean, I asked because I need to be safe, and so you know, you wear condoms and stuff like that. But I'm not about to sit up here and be asking that man. He come around when he want to come around.
Right.
I just so happen to be a nice person to be around, so they come around. But you know, if they do what they want to do, so. But yeah, you when you are searching for a guy, the first thing you ask is if they want to be in a relationship. If they don't mess with them. If that's what you want.
Right.
That's it, a lot of women do that. Like, don't mess with them. Go skip to the next person.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even be intimate with them at all because you're gonna get caught up. If that's what you want. That's how those women be in like marriages. I mean, not marriages. They be in relationships for like 5 or 6 years, living with them, acting married, and then getting mad at the man.
I don't like sharing nobody anyway.
I know how you feel about that.
The woman have certain sense to her too, and then you come around, you smelling like somebody else, and don't nobody forgets. I ain't got time for that, man.
Some men don't care. Girl.
I don't have time for that.
You a one woman man.
Yep, one woman man.
I found somebody who will not cheat on me.
One woman man. That's it.
I found somebody who was like me, y'all. And so, I think, is there anything else you want to talk about?
What else? What we do?
We went through a lot. This was a lot. We went through all this.
Hey, well.
I mean, it's like 50 minutes or something like that.
That's good. We good.
So I guess that I can say, if you found this episode to be of value, and if you learned anything new, consider subscribing to our channel, share our channel. We appreciate continued support for our podcast. So like, join, subscribe, and or leave a comment. And we what?
And we out.
We out.